I'm already on the road right now. This is my first week on the road with my trainer. Everything been alright, but so, and just so you know, y'all know, Stevens wasn't my first choice. I wanted to go with FFE, but FFE was closed because of COVID. So I went with FFE, so I could, I went with Stevens so I could hurry up and get into the industry. But anyways, I came through Houston. Stevens is paired with Lone Star College. So you'll be going to the Lone Star campus. It's off of Cypress Wood. So I started on the 13th of July. Starting on the 13th of July. The first week, the week before you start, you would do like a little small orientation. It's just doing your logins into the computer and probably like small paperwork. So the week you start is going to be online classes. This is going to be like 1 day of online classes, not even 1 day. You know what I'm saying? It's probably going to be shorter than that. And then you'll take your test that same week. You'll take your written test the same week, which will be probably like Wednesday or Thursday. I took mine Thursday, I believe. So the written test, I passed everything the first try. General knowledge, air breaks, special requirements, combination. Passed them all the first try. General knowledge, I only missed one question out of 50. So, you know what I'm saying? That was pretty good. The other ones, I missed like 2 questions. You know what I'm saying? Combination vehicles, that was the least thing I studied. So, I honestly thought I was going to fail that one. But the thing I would say about the written test is study. You know what I'm saying? Don't just depend on CDL Prep to help you pass. It's a good app, don't get me wrong. 99% of the questions that's on the test is on CDL Prep. But if you do not understand the questions that they're asking, you're going to fail. The reason I say this is because I didn't understand that first when I first started studying. What I did was I YouTubed and Googled whatever the question was or whatever parts they was talking about, to help me understand more. Because I'm just getting into trucking. I don't know shit about trucking. Well, I didn't know shit about trucking. You know what I'm saying? So YouTube and Google helped me out a lot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I passed everything first time around. We had a couple people fail. They came back, took it, they passed too. All right, so second week you're gonna actually start school. You're gonna start doing your maneuvers. The first thing they're gonna teach you is how to straight bag. You're gonna have to drive through the cones and then bag the truck all the way through the cones. It's not hard. It's easy. All you have to do is pay attention to your instructor. I had a good instructor. I ain't gonna say his name, but he was real cool. You feel me? Real cool dude. Now the other guys, they had the lady. She was a trip. She wasn't bad, but she was a trip. You know what I'm saying? She had some jokes and shit for me. You know what I'm saying? But so we kind of got through that within like the first day, like all the bagging maneuvers. You're gonna learn straight back, parallel, and offset. Offset is hella easy. You know what I'm saying? And then parallel easy, the way they teach it to you. But the thing about parallel parking is, all right, so in Houston, well, I'll explain that to you later. So then you start, you know what I'm saying, later on in the week and stuff, you start doing your road driving and shit like that. You're going to drive around Houston. They're going to put you on some turns, get you familiar with how to turn and shit, You're going to do that pretty much for 2 weeks while you're in Houston. After that, they're going to get you a bus ticket to come to Dallas. When you get to Dallas, you got 1 day to, they're going to give you like a mock test. Excuse me. They're going to give you like a mock test. They're going to drive you around and then to mark you off that you're good to take your road test. And then they're going to let you do your maneuvers to mark you off to say that you're good to do your maneuvers. Now, you got 1 day to do that. You're probably not going to have that much time because in Dallas, everybody come to Dallas and That's where they do they actual tests in Dallas. I don't know why it's set up like that now, but that's just how it's set up. So come Tuesday, I'm the first one to take my test. I took my test at 7:30 because you have to be there for 7. You have to do roll call at 7. I had to be at the truck at 7:30 to take my test. They take you across the street. Now, this is what I was saying I was going to explain to you later. In Houston, we trained with 53-foot trailers. So we know our reference points and all this. In Dallas, we get to Dallas, you taking your test with a 48-foot trailer. So that shit you learned in Houston for parallel parking kind of went out the door, like the reference points. Like, it's still the same, but you just have to hit a different reference point now when you're doing your backing. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me tell you about the backing on my parallel parking. I passed the other shit straight back, and offset, I passed that shit with no problem. Now, parallel parking, I got the parallel parking. I got the truck in the box, but the front of the truck was still sticking out a little bit, so I used my second get out and look to go see how much room I had in the back. I had about that much room back there, so I could not back up no more. So I just put my faith in God, you know what I'm saying, pulled that truck out the box, repositioned it, and got it back in there. And I blew my horn, you feel me? He walked around, he was like, man, you good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was impressing a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? So then we get to the road test. The road test was, to me, it seemed way longer than the Houston road test. Because they took us on, like, the road test to see if we'll pass in Houston. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I did good on that shit. But in Dallas, it was way longer than what Houston shit was. But in the end, you know, I passed everything first time around. You know what I'm saying? No problems. You feel me? I mean, like I say, for us coming from Houston to Dallas in a whole other city, you know what I'm saying, trying to take a road test and stuff, we impressed a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Even the people in Dallas, they was like, man, we ain't had this in a while, you know what I'm saying? 2-3 people come up here and pass they first time around, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was impressed. Even the dude that was the examiner dude that was doing my road test was impressed. He was asking me, have I drove trucks before? Have I been on the route before? I'm like, nigga, this is like my second day in Dallas, nigga. Like, ain't nobody showed me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Even my turning was on point. You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting them corners perfect and everything. Cause I mean, it's some tight turns and shit, so you're gonna have to set up to do button hooks and shit. So, I mean, it's just something you gotta put your mind through. So, after I passed all that, you gotta go through a 4-day orientation in Dallas. I'm talking about the first day is 16 hours. The second day is, I think, like 14 hours. The third day is like 14 hours. And then the fourth day is like 4 hours. We actually did everything within 3 days, so we didn't have to do the fourth day. Pretty much the fourth day, I was already on my trailer truck and we was waiting on the load. Now with that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, let me talk about my trainer. You know what I'm saying? My trainer, he had a little couple of issues, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't know if he was gonna pick me or not, but I went and chopped it up with the boy, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say his name either, but you know what I'm saying? They call that boy, well, he the trailer snatcher. You know what I'm saying? He be snatching up trailers. So if you ever run across somebody and he hollering out, he the trailer snatcher, he was my trainer. You know what I'm saying? But he a real cool dude. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we waiting on the load. I have been up all day. So shit, by the time we find the load, I'm tired as shit. The load, I mean, we wasn't waiting on the load. We was waiting on a trailer. By the time we get a trailer, I'm tired of shit. We gotta go all the way to Kansas to get the load. So shit, I get behind the wheel. I drive for 2 hours. I was like, bro, I'm good, bro. I thought we was gonna leave earlier. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you good? I went back there, went to sleep, woke up in Kansas. You feel me? Now from Kansas, the next day and shit, I did about a good 9 hours, which was good for, I think about 8 or 9 hours, which was good for my first drive. Because I ain't really counting the day before that, the 2 hours was there. So shit, I drove from Dodge City, Kansas, all the way to, I think, Albuquerque, New Mexico, I believe. Anyways, we ended up in New Mexico when I ended up swapping out. You know what I'm saying? And then he drove from New Mexico to Hallbrook, Arizona. He finished the night off. Woke up, Hallbrook. I drove from Hallbrook all the way to pretty much LA the next day. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this is something that I'm not used to doing. I'm not used to driving. I'm not no driver. You know what I'm saying? So this is something that my body has to adjust to. So this is my first week of driving. My accomplishments were, you got to get at least a minimum of 30 hours a day. 30 hours a week for the first week. So that's pretty much 6 hours a day. All you have to do is drive a minimum of 6 hours a day to go to your next level, which would be the second week. And the time limit do go up as you go through the weeks. So my first week, I've done all my tests. You do have tests that you have to do. It's like 30 fucking tests per week. But they small tests, you know what I'm saying? So I've done all those. I have like 12 more hours to get, because we've been in California. It's not really, I haven't really drove a lot. We've been in California for like 3 days, but we finna head out. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got to do for the rest of the week is get 12 hours. And then, you have to do like 2 mountain passes. You have to go over 2 mountains, up and down. Since we out here in California, I'd already got both of my mountain passes in the first week. You know what I'm saying? I forgot which ones I went over. I think I went over the Grapevine Mountain. I think that's what it's called. And not mountain, but pass. And I don't know. I think the other one started with a C, I believe. Cajun or something, some shit like that. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? I done already hit my 2 mountain passes, so I ain't even pretty much got to worry about that shit. So far that's about it. Like I said, we finna head out today. We already fully loaded. We finna drive from California to Connecticut. So, man, yeah, I'm finna really be fucking tired. And that's pretty much it, man. Like I said, man, when you come in here, you gotta have a mindset to do this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a driver, but I put my mindset to where I wasn't gonna fail. I came to Dallas with the mindset of I wasn't going back to Houston without my CDL. You know what I'm saying? And I got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. I'm on the road. Like I said, I'm out west right now. We finna head out east. We finna go from Cali all the way to Connecticut. And that's pretty much it right now. You know what I'm saying? I said I wasn't gonna start recording videos until I got my own truck and shit, because my channel is about to get better. But since I'm on somebody else's truck, I'm trying to respect their space. I'm trying to respect their truck. You know what I'm saying? And just get it moving so I can get through this training process. Because you will be on the training truck for about 6 weeks. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that it's somebody that you're going to be able to get along with. You know what I'm saying? Like me and him, we ain't had no problems. It's almost a week. Friday will make a week. You know what I'm saying? Today Thursday, I think. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't had no problems. He had a problem with his last trainer, had to put him off the truck and shit like that. I mean, with his last student. But me and him ain't had no problems, man. I'm trying to keep it cool, you feel me? Just try to get through this shit. I don't want to have no hiccups, have to delay my shit. And he pretty cool with me, you know what I'm saying? He been impressed and shit. Like, I mean, when I started, before I started, I had already, you know what I'm saying, got a little feel for truck driving. I had like a little simulator at home, American Truck Simulator and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That kind of helped out a lot with, you know what I'm saying, with backing and shit. Now driving is something totally different because the turns on there are already wide like the curve. But in real life, you probably have a curve that's real short. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really, really analyze the corner before you get to the corner to make that turn. But other than that, I mean, shit. Yeah, other than that, you know, everything I've been doing, I've just been impressing people. You know what I'm saying? People have been really impressed by it. Like I said, even the examiner on the road test, he was like, man, you drive good, you feel me? Like, he had to ask, like, have I drove trucks before? I'm like, nah, bro, this is my first time, you know what I'm saying, doing this shit. But I just came with the mindset that I wasn't gonna fail, and that was that, man. So it all depends on, you know what I'm saying, you, what you want to do, how you is, you know what I'm saying, how your trainer is, because your trainer will have a big impact on how you drive and shit. Because, like, say for instance, my instructor back in Houston, well, not my instructor, but the other instructor, like, we were short-staffed one day, so they sent one of my instructors home, my main instructor home, so I had to get paired up with the other instructor. When I say, this the lady, when I say she was kind of, you know, discouraging, you know what I'm saying, like, she had a nigga like, man, fuck this shit, you feel me? But that was just how she is. Like, she wasn't mean about it, but that's just the way she is. She wants you to drive the way she drives. Like, everybody not gonna drive the same, you feel me? So, I mean, that's one thing you gotta keep in mind to, like, when you get to school and shit like that, don't let nobody discourage you like that, because it will happen, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, the next day I came back, I was back with my trainer, my instructor, and you feel me, I was back in my regular routine, hitting corners and everything, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't really too much let that get to me. I got through that. And when I started doing my test, you know what I'm saying, I started passing everything first try, no problems. So that really, you know what I'm saying, hyped me up. Like I say right now, the hype is real, you know what I'm saying? I haven't really, I've done a little backing here and there in open spaces, but I haven't really done no tight spaces yet. Mainly because my clock was out when we do the deliveries and shit. So we'll see how it goes from here on out. I know a nigga looking rough right now. I caught myself growing my hair while I was on the road. But shit, just bear with me. My page gonna get better, my channel gonna get better, man. Just stick with me. Anyways, this is your boy from H-Time. You know what I'm saying? Third Texas.